Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beginners Competitors Corner podcast. And Happy New Year. So today, to start the new year, I'm very happy, very excited to introduce you our guests. So today, I have our new IFBB Pro, Shauna McFarlane. She's 38. So she's born and raised in Edmonton, Alberta. She has a 7 years old and also a 12 years old who's the child of her boyfriend with who she lives. She works as a medical radiation technologist. So she's in the medical field and she's been active and playing sports growing up. So basically all her life. However, for gym, started like working out or in the gym about 15 years ago in 2007. And she became interested in competition and bodybuilding in 2013. And she did her first competition in 2014. Welcome, Shauna.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes, we are so happy to have you. It's been a long time. I've been wanting to have you on the show ever since I saw you. I saw it on virtual, but I saw you at the Canadian National Pro Qualifier when you earned your pro card. So congratulations on
Thank you.
that.
I know it was super exciting that you were there, that you got to see it in person.
Well, virtual, but I watched the whole
virtual,
show.
yes, virtual.
Yeah, yes.
But nonetheless, yeah, it was an amazing experience. It was a long competition stretch for me last year, so it was amazing to go out with a bang.
What do you mean by stretch?
Well, I did 3 shows, so I've never done more than 1 show in a year.
Okay.
And I did 3 last year, starting at the end of June, and then did the pro qualifier in July in Vancouver. Got first in my category, didn't win the pro card though. So then continued my prep all the way till October. So it was like a long
journey. And also not just that season was a long journey, but your journey to earn a pro card was a long one as well, because you said you started competition in 2014, right? So usually, well, you hear a lot of newcomers like myself, like, oh, we get super excited, and we think we're going to earn our pro card like the next time we do our next competition. Tell us about your story. It wasn't that of a straight line, right?
No, so it was, I met my coach in 2013, and we decided I would do what was a regional show. We had Northerns and Southerns. So we picked my show Northerns in 2014. And then I placed second in that. So we decided I would do provincials the next year, just so I could grow a little bit more. The next year, though, I got pregnant with my son.
So you had a baby. So you're doing bikini, by the way?
Yeah.
You're doing bikini. Okay. And so you had a baby.
So I had a baby instead of doing provincials that year. And then things kind of changed. The next couple years, there was no longer provincials or that kind of thing. You basically did a regional show, and then you go to a pro qualifier. So
right away.
Yeah. So, I was still with my baby, and I didn't really think that it would be possible with a small child being a single mother. But I had good friends, and I had the support of my coach, who was like, no, like this, you can still do this. Like you've got a good base, you've got good genes, and you've got good work ethic, right?
Right.
Which plays a huge part into it, right? So in 2018, I think I was about 12 weeks out when he gave me the final push, like, no, you can do this. And my roommate at the time was like, yes, I can help you with your son. Like, she fully supported it. So I competed that year.
How old was your son, Shauna? By that time?
He would have been, so 2018, he would have been 2.5. So he was turning 3 that year. Okay. So he was 2.5. I didn't want my prep and my gym to affect the time that I had with him. So I was waking up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym at 5 so that I could be home by 6:30 when he would be waking up. And my roommate was home, so she would wake up with him, so that I wouldn't have to, after a full day of daycare, bring him to the gym with me after.
See, so you find a way to make it work. But even like besides or beyond that, how were you able to get in shape like after having a baby and do even better? Like
I
Weren't
don't
you
know,
worried?
like genetically, like I'm built pretty lean. So if you see my mother, you would understand. But also like, postpartum, like a lot of people don't tell you that like your focus is so much on your child that there's just lots of things that I was forgetting. So I don't think it was the healthiest thing, but the weight kind of just came off in that way because you're taking care of your child. I'm maybe not eating as often as I would have been before. My child was in the the neonatal ICU for 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Right when he was born. So that in itself, like the stress of that. And my parents were cool. Like my dad would always have food made for me when I would come home from the ICU. So I would eat, and it was always chicken and rice. Like he knew.
Okay, so healthy.
He knew, and culturally, but he knew from my prep and stuff, like that's what I would want. So he would make me chicken and rice, and I would bring that to the hospital with me. But still, like the weight came off with that. So when I went back to my coach, even prior to going back to my coach in 2018, like I started going back to the gym. I knew I wanted to put on the weights again.
Yes,
so I started doing that on my own, because when I met up with my coach at the beginning of 2018 and he saw me, he's like, "Oh, I can tell you've been in the gym." Like even before we started my prep. So I felt good about that I was able to put some of the weight back on before I even, started with him again. But yeah, so the weight just kind of fell off. I didn't really have much fat on me when I was.
Okay. So she's one of the ones that for me it took me like 10 years to lose that baby weight, but
no,
it's okay.
I gained 30 pounds, which was a lot for me, but it was I was still pretty lean, I would say, from working out previously.
So you had your baby.
Yeah.
And then 2 years after that, decided to compete. But I know you went through a little loss, or you had a loss, you experienced a loss. And I want to ask you, like, because you've done a lot of competition.
Yeah.
Which competition was the most challenging or the toughest experience you had, and what did you learn from it?
So I think, I would say there was two. 2019, like that was my first national show and my first show away from my city. So having the stress of making sure I have everything with me when I go to Toronto. And I don't know, like in your mind, you need to have everything with you. Like you need to bring it all. But now I know, like, no, you can actually buy things when you're there, but you just want to be prepared, right? So it was stressful in that sense. And I was going alone. Like I had a friend who was going to Toronto at the same time. So we had an Airbnb together, but I was still basically doing everything, myself. My coach was there. So my coach, Dustin, was there.
Justin Kazman, right?
Yeah, super helpful and amazing man. So him being there helped a lot. And then my boyfriend also came. So he came for I think it was a day out when he came. So that was helpful. But to me, that was stressful because I've never been away from my city and competed somewhere else. And the competitors were strong. So it was not like doing a regional show. It's like competitors from all over. Like it's a pro qualifier, right? So all over the country. And then I think I would say the hardest prep in general was my prep last year for the TNT muscle show. Like I had a new coach, new program, new everything. So I was unfamiliar with it.
So you switched coach. What happened? Why did you?
Well, at the end of 2020, so Dustin passed away. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So for a lot of us, it was, I don't know, we felt like competing wouldn't be the same, because his energy and his support was a huge part of it for all of us. Like, it's why I meeting up with him in 2013 is what gave me the ultimate decision to compete, right? He's just so he just was so motivating and inspiring, like his own competitive history. And then his, seeing you and oh, I know you can do it. Like you have the genes for it. You'll be amazing. Just the support that you would hear from him. You just felt like, yeah, I can do this despite all the obstacles that I thought were in the way. No, I can do it. So I was coached last year by Team Ludacris, and Chris
Okay.
is an amazing coach. He has a lot of experience, and he was very supportive to a lot of my teammates. You know, after we lost Dustin.
How many weeks out were you, like, when you learned that he passed away and you had to find?
I was no weeks out because it was
Okay.
COVID. So
Okay.
during 2020, like March, April, we were still kind of in prep, but then all the shows were canceled, right? So I was just doing my program here in my basement that he had given to me, and we're thinking of shows for 2021 and just living and working.
Yeah.
We're still in contact with him because we're friends, right?
Right.
So I wasn't any weeks out or anything, but hearing that kind of made it feel like I don't know if I want to do this anymore, right? Like, who's going to be as good of a coach to me as he was, right? So that, yeah. So I would say, yeah, the first show last year was hard in that way because I just, once you decide to do the show, you just are ultimately deciding to trust the process and go with it. And even though I'd be questioning things, I'm like, I have to trust Chris. Like, I've given him the A-OK to coach me, so I need to trust him, right?
What does that mean, trust? Because, like, sometimes we speak in terms of athletes, but some people who are not familiar, what do you mean, like, trust your coach? What does that mean?
Well, it means, if you're choosing a coach, it should be based on either references that you have from other people, seeing what they've done, like on their social media or whatever. So you've made the decision and you've come to the conclusion that, yes, this is a good fit for me, right?
For you.
So once you made that decision, it doesn't make any sense to get your program and week by week to be doubting them, right? Like, I don't know if the doubts are in them or yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, it's easier said than done sometimes.
Right. And don't get me wrong, like I had lots of doubts, but with him, like, we have in-person Zoom meetings just like this every other week. So any questions I had, I would bring them to him and we discuss them, which I really liked about his but the way he coaches is that, yeah, we have an actual almost in-person discussion every couple of weeks. So I would bring any concerns I had to him, but ultimately, we'd compromise, or I would be like, okay, I believe in this program and I believe in you and let's do it. So you just, and especially when you get, 4, 3, and 2 weeks out, you're in a state where you can't really all the way think as clearly as maybe you right. So by then, yes, you do need to fully trust that the coach has your best interest in it. And they do. Like, there's sometimes where they'll see an athlete and they'll be like, you know what, I don't think we should do this show. If they don't think you're mentally there or physically there, like they'll suggest that you pull the plug, right? Yeah. And I think any good coach would do that instead of pushing you all the way for no reason, right?
Yeah. And I feel as well, Shauna, that we're talking about trusting the coach, but you also have to trust yourself that you're going to get to where you need. Because I feel like since you started since 2014 and now you earned your pro card in 2021, that was a long time for you to, like, you had a baby, experience loss. How did you stay motivated, focused, and what did you need to change or evolve or learn for you to reach the level that you have now?
Well, a lot of it has to do with my child. So if I'm deciding to make these changes in our life for 20 weeks, then I need to put my everything into it, because it's not just affecting myself, it's affecting our home, it's affecting my, the time that I have with the people in my home, my immediate family, my parents. So I just feel like if you're gonna dedicate this time frame to that, then you need to put everything into it. Like, you need to make it worth it, right? Like, there's no sense in me cheating every week and not going to the gym, lying to my coach. Like, I feel like those are things that I've made a decision. I'm going to sacrifice a few things that I can get, so this time that I've given up is worth it, right? I think, yeah, ultimately it's harder with a family, just in the sense that you don't want to make the sacrifices for the like
Yeah.
with the family. I want the sacrifices to be on my end, but I want my kid to still go to swimming, go to soccer, do all the things, and make time for my boyfriend and that kind of thing. So I don't know. I think I'm straying from your question. I can't remember what was the question.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
And what kept you going on all of these years? Like some people, I feel like we see people who have potential, but then maybe they don't get the outcome they wanted at one show and then they give up. Do you feel that what you have is persistence? What would you say is the key criteria or quality or virtue you need to have if you want to reach the level of pro? Like what did it for you?
For me was, I guess, finding balance. Yeah, you definitely need to have balance. So I love competing, but I also love working out in general. So that part for me is not the difficult part. Working out, I'll admit, I don't always like the cardio. Like that's not, I won't beat around that bush. That part's not always fun for me, but I do like lifting and weights and stuff. So in general, yeah, just staying focused on, I guess, the task at hand and
the task. Okay, you're very like, it seems like you have to be like super tight management, because I know you have a job where you have very not demanding, but you have like different type of hours and you have to plan. So you are super organizer.
Yeah, you like being organized definitely helps. Definitely helps. Having a support system helps, and asking for help, definitely.
Asking for help.
Yeah. And not every day is going to be the same. So, and the thing that can be a struggle with the competitive mindset, like you do have your schedule and whatever, but at the way you need, sometimes you need to be a little bit flexible. So being flexible helps. I want to work out in the morning. That would be ideal, but maybe I didn't get a good night's sleep. Maybe my child was up all night. So now I need to, you need to do it at another time. Just knowing that missing a day is okay.
Okay.
Like I had some issues that came out last year. I had to miss 3 days, but I was straight up about it with my coach. He knew what was going on, so he was like, "There's no sense in you going. Get rest and take these 3 days off, and then go back, right? And it's okay. Like it's okay.
What I'm hearing is like
lose all your muscle, and that's the difference between me now and years ago. Is that if I felt like if I missed a day, then I was like falling like days behind or something, right? But it's okay. Rest is okay. Taking care of yourself during prep is okay. And yeah, so ultimately,
I feel like I'm hearing like, yeah, we have to do the physical part, but I think now what I'm hearing is that you have a greater appreciation for taking care of your mental health.
Yeah, big time. It's not just the physical parts. Like, yeah, you need to take care of your physical health or your mental health for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, because some people say like it affects a lot in terms of your output or how your body responds on what's going on inside your mind.
So women and stress and hormones will
will
completely affect your prep or just in anything in life, like not getting enough sleep, having our cycles, stress at home in your relationship, like all of that's going to affect your progress and your preparation for a show or just anything in life in general, right?
Yeah.
So, and those were periods where I had to take a break when things were really stressful at home. Like I needed a mental.
You took a break.
I needed a mental break.
And you did it.
So, and the mental also meant I needed that physical break too, right? So don't go to the gym. Don't worry about that. Just focus on your meals and your family and your sleep and just reset kind of thing, right? And then you're just better off for it 2 or 3 days later and get to the gym and just really push through and have a good workout. Like, I was always of a mindset that kind of like any workout was better than no workouts. Like at least I got here. Yeah. But what I kind of learned from my coach last year was, probably resting on that day is better so that you can have a full on strong workout the next day. Right? Get all your calories in and just have a good workout that day instead of like a half-assed workout today. And now your body is stressed even more because it pushed when it shouldn't have. I don't know. I guess you have to find what works for you, but I think
what works for you
for me is taking that rest. Because I know some people they'll still go and they'll push through, and I do that too sometimes. Like, but I have to be mentally in it. Like, obviously, there's days you just don't want to go to the gym, but you still go and you push through and you get through it, right? But if you're mentally just not there, like stressed or sad or whatever, like I know now, like I need that rest and just make sure I get the calories in and get some sleep. And I think that's what helped me feel so good last year. Like I woke up on show day in June.
Okay.
And I felt great. Like I didn't
feel
like it was show day. Like this was my regional show. I didn't feel like it was show day. I was like, I felt really good. Like I woke up, went and got my tan, my makeup done, and yeah, I was just super chill.
That you were going to win.
I woke up feeling like a winner. Like if I'm being honest, and like even if I didn't win that day, like I still felt phenomenal. I knew my son was gonna be there to watch me. My boyfriend was backstage with me. Like I felt like a winner already. And then
and what about the pro qualifier? Like, how did you feel that day? Did you know, like
the Toronto one?
Yes.
Yeah, the Toronto one, I was stressed. Like, I don't know if it was like reminding me of being in Toronto when I did the show in 2019, and I placed 6th that show, and I just felt like I didn't feel good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I went into this show and I was feeling a little bit of pressure because I was doing the master's class, and from people seeing me the day before the show, they're like, "You look great. Like you're probably going to take this class." So I felt stressed. I was feeling a lot of pressure behind that.
So what did you do to relax?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of kept to myself, like in my room until I had to go down and just practice my posing. I have like a really, really amazing group of friends who also competes, and we like have an Instagram group. So I just chatted with them and sent them my poses and stuff. And yeah, I just tried to stay like calm, like stay relaxed, and didn't really go backstage until it was necessary. Because I find sometimes, and I didn't do this during the regional show, but I felt like this would happen to me at the national show, that you're seeing all the athletes and you're just gonna size yourself up, which is one thing that you should never ever do. We all do it, we're human, but it's what really gets you in your head when you're comparing yourself to other people. So I just tried to prevent myself from doing that. Like I really, even towards shows, I don't go on Instagram to look at athletes. I basically I look at food, and I just stay in my chat groups, because seeing the athletes or looking up who's gonna be at the show and things like that really messes with my head. So I just
you look phenomenal, by the way. Like you really deserve. It was so competitive.
It really was. So it was amazing. Like I was crying on stage. But I just think it was, it's just been such a long season. And then to finally get the outcome that I was wanting last year was, emotional.
But so what's next for you?
I'm not too sure. Like I don't know, me and my boyfriend are just trying to figure out what our goals are, like as a couple, right? So I don't know if I'm going to do any shows this year. I think I just want to save some money and keep building my figure, like keep working out, and I want to kind of work on personal training. So I got my personal training certificate last year. So one of my goals for 2023 is to have like 4 or 5 clients.
So, for sure.
Yeah, get at least 4 or 5 clients. I just signed a contract with a gym here that I like. So hopefully get some clients out of that gym as well. And we're working on our basement gym. So I really want to have clients, maybe 2 or 3, like come to our home too. Because I just want to make it a little bit convenient, like, family wise.
Exactly.
me not having to drive out of the house so often. Yeah, in terms of fitness, that's about it. And then
That's
we'll see what
awesome.
happens. I want to do a pro show for sure. I just don't know when or which show. So
okay. Well, when you do, you'll make sure to let us know.
I will.
So we
100%.
So we can watch you. But again, before we wrap things up, is there something you want to say to people who are new to bodybuilding or bikini or whatever division, or who wants to get the pro card? What best advice would you give someone who would like to, earn a pro card or start competition? What should they know? What's the best advice?
I think to start, you just want to make sure that you have a good, like healthy relationship with food and your body. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like if you need to love yourself, basically, right? So don't go into it thinking that, being a competitor will make you love your body, because it needs to already be there, because your body's going to change so much. And there's going to be points in competing where you don't love how you look in general. Mm-hmm. So I just think you need to have that healthy relationship beforehand. And then, you definitely need to do your research on a coach, because there's lots of people out there who, claim to be competition coaches, but you need to make sure that the way they're doing it is a way that's in line with your goals and your morals and things that you want to put into your body or not put into your body. Just make sure you do your research first, so you're not in a position where you've paid all this money, but you're not all the way sure that you want to put your health and your trust into this person. Because for some people it is just about the winning and their numbers, right? So you want to make sure this person actually cares about you. And and we'll be honest with what show you're ready for. And that needs to be just a discussion that you and your coach have together. But still, like, you want to make sure that you're ready for the show that you're choosing, right? And not doing all these like last minute little tweaks and things that maybe aren't healthy for you, right? And that, I think that goes more for no, that's for every category, I think, because there's little things that people can try and do if they're not ready, which aren't all the way healthy, I guess. But I don't know. I think having a healthy relationship with yourself and finding a proper coach is ideal. Yeah.
For ideal.
And then make sure you have the support of the people around you as well, because it's not just even though it's you, it's not really a me sport. It's we, if you have a family and everything, right? Because it's going to affect everybody in your family. Yeah.
I agree. I love those points. And especially love when you said about having a healthy relationship with your body and food before you start, right? So this is excellent point. And what about if you want to earn your pro card?
If you want to earn your pro card, I guess you just I don't know, you got to be ready to really give it your all. And I think if you've made it to a pro qualifier, you're at that point where you are willing to give it your all. But it does take a lot of dedication and a bit of sacrifice at that point. And it's not forever, but if you're wanting to get there, you do need to be willing to give some things up, because those pro qualifiers, like athletes are serious. Like, they're going into it. Everybody wants their pro card. They're only most times going to give out one. So you need to bring your best, work on your posing and your just everything, like
everything.
And pick a show. Like for myself, even with like picking a pro show, like I want to pick one where I feel like I can have people I know there, if that makes sense. Like have support, So that's why I was like probably thinking I would do like the Vancouver show or somewhere in Canada, just so you can have the support there. Because for myself, like I think what made the pro qualifier hard as well is like I did go to it alone. Like my coach and my team were there, but it's also not the same as having like your boyfriend there or like close friends with you, right? So yeah, I think that makes a difference for sure in knowing that you have like the support of the people around you. You'll
Great.
go into any show, pro qualifier, regional, just feeling great.
Feeling great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Shauna. It was so good to talk to you about. And where can we like follow your journey or learn more about you?
So I am on Instagram at Shauna Capadonna. So yeah, I post my my stories, family, and fitness on there. So there'll be more fitness to come this year as the personal training starts. But yeah, that's basically where I am at the moment.
And your personal training is going to be in Alberta, Edmonton, right? So
yeah, it'll be in Alberta. I do have one virtual client at the moment. So that's something that I'm hoping to expand on as well. Because for some people, going to a gym, I don't know, is not where they're comfortable, or, you know, if they want to train with me and I don't live in their city. So this is something that we can do virtually, definitely. Yeah. Okay.
And so they can contact you through your contacts on Instagram. So we'll put there below our the description. Okay, well, thank you so much. It was so lovely talking to you.
So much. Yeah, this was great.
And wish you great success in launching your fitness trainer career.
Thank you.
We look forward to watching you on a pro show.
I know, me too. I'm excited.
So excited too. Thank you so much, Shauna.
Okay, thank you, Flo.
Merci. Bye-bye.